Ήρεμη μουσική. Ήρεμη χαλαρή μουσική. Αρχικά Κώστα θέλω να μου πεις πώς προφέρεται αυτό το game. Αναλύσεις έχουμε εδώ τα πάντα. Καλησπέρα, καλησπέρα. What? Όχι φίλε, δεν πρόκειται να το πούμε ποτέ. Όπα. Όπα. Πάμε game, το ξεκινάμε απευθείας Κώστα. Δεν χάνουμε χρόνο. Καλησπέρα Τόνι, πού είσαι? Guys, το game κανείς το γνωρίζει. Και όλη πρώτη φορά. Lag. What? Τι έτσι? Περιμένετε. Θέλω να τρέχει πιο γρήγορα το game, έτσι καλά είναι. Πρώτη φορά για εμένα. Μάλλον για όλους πρώτη φορά είναι. Πώς μου παίζει έτσι το... Όσο το...
You're such a wet blanket, teddy bear.
You know I don't like it when you call
Edward. Edward Charles Hardin, Esquire.
Will you promise to behave on land?
Πρέπει να είναι ωραίο γκέμάκι, δεν ξέρω.
Lissy. Promise.
Έλα πιο εδώ εσύ.
Phonus balonus, Teddy. You ought to know better than to ask. Yes, I'll behave. I'll be a proper young lady. I shan't run or climb things or laugh too loud or call anyone old bean.
Έλα ρε να το ταπούσε. Δεν το ξέρω το παιχνίδι, μάλλον από όσο κατάλαβα κανείς δεν πρέπει να το ξέρει. Κάτσε τι έχουμε με επιλογές. Έχω πώς πάμε. Θα το μάθουμε τώρα, ακριβώς. Τόνι, πώς είπες το game, ρε, θύμισέ μου λίγο αυτό που μου είπες σήμερα.
Alice, you're talking about my sister.
Fine, I'm sorry. Elizabeth Sadarb, we all love her dearly. And Teddy Bear, Edward, we will find her. Betty's fine. Why, we'll see her as soon as we get to shore. She'll shower you with kisses and berate you for coming all this way from Hanover, Massachusetts to the middle of absolutely nowhere Scandinavia way.
Έχετε μαλλιά που στα κάνω.
Everything will be Jake, old fruit. Is that it? Is that Groovewoke? It looks so peaceful and beautiful and so desolate, like a place built for ghosts.
Finally. I don't think I could do this for much longer.
Can't you row any faster? I'm
Κουράστηκε ο
getting
δικός μας.
frightfully bored.
How about you take over, Alice?
You slay me, Teddy, old bean.
Άκη στο game, σχετικά το σημερινό, κρατάει λίγο. Κρατάει λίγο. Είναι μικρό. Σε σχέση δηλαδή gameplay και τέτοια, περίπου 3 ώρες είχαν γίνει. Όχι ψέματα. Περίπου 2 ώρες στο YouTube που είδα. Πρέπει να είναι το gameplay μικρό. Θα δούμε λίγο πώς θα μας πάρει. Θα το τελειώσουμε σήμερα. Τώρα στο Φεβρουάριο έχουμε αυτό το SCP Secret Files. Τώρα θύμισε μου, είναι horror game αυτό. Θα το παίξουμε και αυτό, θα δούμε τώρα αν όχι την επόμενη εβδομάδα, θα το δοκιμάσουμε να δούμε πώς θα το κάνουμε. Το Stray θα προσπαθήσουμε να παίξουμε, αλλά το Stray θα γίνει πιο νωρίς, θα ξεκινήσει κάτι στις 6-7 η ώρα το live stream. Γιατί είναι περίπου 6 ώρες game. Δεν θέλω να το σπάσω, θέλω να το κάνω μόνο μιας κατευθείαν. Και το βιαζόμαστε αυτό για τον λόγο του ότι το Μάρτιο έρχεται The Last of Us 1 σε PC. Θα το παίξουμε σίγουρα. Δεν υπάρχει περίπτωση να μην το παίξουμε. Έχουμε Resident Evil 4, το οποίο θα παίξουμε οπωσδήποτε.
Wait, the ground's muddy. It's easy to slip and fall. Walk slowly and watch out for.
Be a wet blanket. A little mud never hurt anyone.
Fine.
Λίγη φωτεινότητα.
Just stay close.
Καλύτερα, Λες ψοκούγι, χαίρομαι. Ναι, θα βγει τώρα σε PC, θα το παίξουμε σίγουρα.
Dear Mr. Harden, we would like to extend an invitation to visit our home.
Εδώ.
Troubled to hear of your sister's disappearance. No news to share. You'll find our farm on top of the hill. I hope I got that right. Look forward to seeing you here in October. Yours faithfully, Anna Fretland. Well, I'm here. Where are you? Did you make it to Grovik, Betty? And why did you pick this forlorn hole under the mountains?
Το κάτι έκανες δάση με το ανάω στο Discord. Τι εννοείς?
Also sprach Zarathustra.
Έλεγε stream Κυριακή. Όντως. Το είχα αλλάξει, το έβαλα Τετάρτη. Κάρε το, δεν νομίζω.
On my way. Righto. Step to it, teddy bear.
Μαρά εκεί πέρα, κατευθείαν. Το Last of Us παίζει να είμαι ο μόνος που δεν έχει παίξει, ρε. Τι γίνεται? Δεν είναι horror, απλά είναι πολύ παράξενη ιστορία επειδή βασίζεται σε πραγματικά παράξενα γεγονότα αλλά και θεωρίες. Τόνι, θέλω να μου πεις λίγο πόση ώρα είναι η gameplay, να ξέρω λίγο να το προγραμματίσω. Πώς το πάμε, Κώστα? Draugen, πώς το πάμε? Έχει όμως λίγο χώρο ατμόσφαιρα, αυτό είναι καλό. Σε πού είναι αυτή, ρε? Μ' που είπα να μείνει κοντά και έφυγε. Σέγιο, τι έχεις κάνει εκεί, ρε φίλε? Σε κονίδια έχεις τώρα?
Just taking a break.
Κουράστηκε. Ειλικρινά, αν το παίξει αυτό θα μας καεί ο εγκέφαλος με αυτά που θα δούμε. Κάτσε, όταν λες να μας καεί ο εγκέφαλος θα έχει εικόνες ή παράδειγμα θα κολλήσουμε, θα έχει puzzle και τέτοια? Άμα είναι puzzle θα ακυρώνω σήμερα κιόλας. Τι σήμερα, χθες το ακυρώνω. Draugen, sorry, δεν απάντησα νωρίς. Okay. Πάλι σε να σου πω γιατί το έκανα αυτό. Εικόνες εννοώ. Οκ, τέτοια δεν μας πειράζουν. Απλά παίζουμε λίγο gameplay, πόση ώρα είναι περίπου? Έλα, εντάξει, έλα, ξεκουράστηκες πολύ, ρε φίλε. Πού το έχω ξαναδεί αυτό, δεν έχω ιδέα. Νομίζω στο YouTube, τουλάχιστον στο ελληνικό, δεν πρέπει να το βρήκα, αν δεν κάνω λάθος. Πάμε. Μόλις ανάω για το stream. Καλά, 12 λεπτά μετά, καλά. Εντάξει. Δεν θα κάνουμε rest, εννοείται. 4 με 5 ώρες είναι. Αν είναι 4 με 5 ώρες, για να μην το σπάσουμε σε δύο κομμάτια.
What took you so long?
I'm not 17.
Το δούμε πώς το κάνουμε.
Nor are you 70. Put some spring into your step, old sport.
Did you see the flag? It's at half-mast. Someone died.
So this is it, huh? Nice digs. But seriously, where is everyone? This is starting to creep me out.
Perhaps everyone's indoors. The rain's picking up.
You first, old bean.
Hello?
Ξέρω, ρε παιχνιδάκι πρέπει να είναι σημερινό, πρέπει να έχει έτσι story ωραίο.
Mrs. Fretland?
Καλά τα horror, αλλά πρέπει να παίζουν και τέτοια παιχνιδάκια, τι λέτε, δεν νομίζετε?
Maybe they went on holiday and left the door open. Give it a shake and a rattle.
You can't just barge into their home.
It's not a crime if you're invited.
Σωστό κι αυτό.
I'm coming in. This is Mr. Harden.
Δεν θεωρείται κλοπή σε προσκεκλημένο? Ισχύει.
This is the kitchen. Hello? Anyone there? Hello? Is anyone home?
This house is this is nice. Charmingly rustic. The Boston Beaumont would pay a pretty penny for this setup.
Εντάξει, αυτά τα σπιτάκια.
Isn't that a bit odd?
Mrs. Fretland is Scottish, though she grew up in Olesund.
Have you been secretly communicating with Johann's winsome
Τα
wife?
σπιτάκια που βρίσκονται στη μέση του πουθενά. Ωραία
She
είναι.
was the one who wrote me, because Mr. Fretland's
I
English
was
isn't as...
only joking. Lighten up.
Foreign investors out of Frederick Fretland's mining company. Dire financial consequences for Fretland, who must have had a difficult time after his brother Johann Fretland pulled out earlier this year. The timing is curious, like he knew something was about to go awry.
Yes, επειδή είμαστε λίγο.
Look, family pictures. They must be the, what did you call them?
Τα παράτα.
It's on the tip of my tongue. The Fruitlanders? The Fretland family. I like them. They look like good people.
Betty.
Λαγκάρι δεν λαγκάρι σίγουρα.
Again, Teddy? That's not Betty. That's...
Δεν λαγκάρι σίγουρα.
It doesn't look like anything to me. It
She
just
bought it in
looks like...
Bloomingdale's the Christmas before last. When she came home that year, she showed it off, dancing around the sitting room until I got...
Έχετε θέμα οι υπόλοιποι?
I think you're misremembering. She couldn't make it home that year. Again.
No, you're wrong. I'm sure she was there. Look, it is her scarf. It even smells like her perfume.
Επειδή βλέπω και το stream, γι' αυτό σου λέω, δεν βλέπω κάποιο lag.
She's here. I'm finally going to find her.
That's great, Edward, really. I wouldn't want you to get your hopes up. I mean, where's everyone gone to? Something's not right, I'm telling you. Teddy? Edward.
Πρέπει να έχει θέμα ο κόσμος.
Lightheaded, that's all.
You're having another spell. You know what happens when you exert yourself. Sit down. That's an order from your commander.
Yeah, I just need
Πάρε.
to catch my breath. Just for a moment.
Πάμε και
I
διαταγές.
want you to lie down. Lie down and close your eyes. It's been a strenuous day. What with the rowing and the dragging of the suitcase up the hill.
Well, what if the
I'll keep an eye out. I promise. If they come home, I'll wake you. Now, lie down. Close your eyes. Breathe deeply.
Έτσι άραξε. Ω, νότος. Αραχτός, υπνάκος, γεια σας. Είναι, θα έχει κόσμο με τη γυναίκα στη φώτο, δεν έχω ιδέα. Πάντως το φουλάρι άμα έβλεπες ήταν λόγιο με τις φώτο, οπότε σίγουρα κάτι παίζει, αλλά δεν ξέρουμε τι. Μάθουμε σε λίγο, πιστεύω.
Elizabeth? Is that you?
Ωραίο Μίχλη. Και μέχρι έχω να δω από τον νεύρο.
Betty? Lissy? Lissy, are you here? Where are you? Lissy! Where are you? Lissy! Alice! Where are you, Lissy?
Λύση, Alice,
Where
τι
are you?
γίνεται ρε?
Hello? Hey, who's there? Betty?
Betty.
Elizabeth? Wait! Lissy? Lissy, there's someone outside. It might be Betty. Are you here, Lissy? Lissy, are you upstairs? Lissy? Who's out there? Hello? Betty? Lissy?
Τι είναι αυτό τώρα?
I'm not alone.
Τσόπα.
Betty?
Πάει να βρει τώρα ποιον ρε φίλε.
Alice! I can hear you! Alice, where are you?
Σιγά τώρα μην καθόταν η άλλη με τέτοια ομίχλη και έβγαινε έξω.
Can you hear me?
Με τίποτα.
Where are you? Elizabeth! Who goes there? Wait! Lissy? Betty? Alice! Alice, where are you? Are you out there, Betty? Someone there?
Και δεν πάει και μέσα από τα χόρτα. Ντε ρε. Αγελάδες ακούγονται.
Hello?
Πού όντως. Μας κατσίκα.
Where are you? Are you there? Betty, is that you?
Όντως κάπου τρώει lag. Να τα ρίξουμε στα low.
Elizabeth, are you there? Elizabeth! Lissy? Betty?
Ρίξαμε στα low, ας ελπίσουμε μην κολλήσουμε. Άρα. Ένα διάβροχα.
The boat, Edward! Where's our boat?
Lissy!
Πήραν τη βάρκα. Όντως τώρα.
Did you see her? Did you see Betty?
What? Betty? No. No, Our boat, it's gone.
The boat? What? How?
Maybe you didn't secure it properly.
I pulled it up. I don't know. I thought I tied it securely, but... Where did you go?
Out
Την κλέψανε ρε.
for a walk. It stopped raining and...
I think... Betty... It was Betty. It was her. It must have been her. I saw her face in the window and she vanished into the dark towards the sea. You really didn't see anyone.
I haven't seen a single soul. Are you sure it was her and
Yes.
not...
I mean, I saw her face and it looked like her.
Well, if it was her, why did she run away?
I don't know. It's getting dark. Back to the house. And tomorrow.
Tomorrow's another day, Teddy Bear. We'll figure it out. Right now, let's get you cleaned up. Look at you. You've got mud all over yourself. And then you really need to sleep. You must be exhausted.
Πώς χρόνο είναι ο δικός μου, ρε. Θα τον Κώσταν. Όχι, ρε. Αγέπνω τώρα. Ήχος καλά είναι, παιδιά, όλα ok. Day 2, πόσες μέρες έχουμε? Άρα. Άντε ρε. Να σηκωθείς.
I will find you again.
Είναι πια, αυτή είναι η Betty. Είσαι καλό μήνα. Μάλιστα, καλό μήνα. Το θυμήθηκες. Μάγκες χθες. Πού πάρε, τι κάνει αυτός? Κώστα, είσαι on. Πω τώρα μια ιστορία.
I just about given up on you ever waking up. Sleep well?
Κύριε,
Dreamed of Betty.
πώς ανέβηκες εκεί?
She was in the garden.
Κώστα και παιδες.
For me.
Αρχικά.
How about you, Lissy dearest? Oh, you know me, old fruit, wide awake at first
Μήπως και
light.
πες να έχει ξαναπαίξει άλλο game.
Didn't come home, did they?
They did not. There's no sign of anyone. Aside from last night's mistwalker.
I've been thinking about that. I'd just woken up. I was groggy and the mist was thick as pea soup. I don't know if I saw what I thought I saw.
You were chasing a ghost?
I didn't get a good look. I'm not even sure there was anyone there.
Well, there must be someone here. And I'm not talking about ghosts. Or goats. What was it you said yesterday?
Σου πω τώρα ένα
Maybe
story,
they're
περιμένετε.
peeking at us through the windows.
I'll take
There's
a
no Milan.
gander. The Fretlands will be home soon. And Betty's here. I know it. I feel it.
If you say so, Teddy
Τα
Bear.
μούτρα.
Have you had your noodle juice yet?
I'm not rummaging through their cupboards.
You'll be a pill without your tea and toast, old bean. We need to get you sorted.
I'm not hungry. First point on the agenda. Find the natives.
A mission! Hot dog! I'll scout ahead. I'll meet you down by those houses.
Let's uncover your secret, Squall.
Τι φάση? Αυτό το map. Τώρα εκεί πέρα είναι το boat που χάσαμε. Εκεί πέρα είναι το σπίτι. Πού πρέπει να πάμε τώρα εμείς? Πες με το διαβάσατε. Άλλο δεν έχει μετά. Θες που λέτε. Βάζω το μα. Όχι στο μη. Βέβαια. Θες που λέτε ο Στέργιος. Μου στέλνει 5 και 10. Εντάξει, εγώ χθες δούλευα. Μου στέλνει 5 και 10. Μπρο. Θα ρωτήσει Κατερίνη, μου λέει. Ξεκάρφω το. Εγώ 5,5 ώρα μαλάκα Κώστα, Έβρα πάω στη δουλειά. Και είμαι σε φάση. What? Είχε πιει πάλι αυτός. Από εδώ. Κλασικός. Πιο κλασικός δεν γίνεται, μαλάκα. Άστος. Άρα, Στέργιο. Κοίτα πως θολώνει η εικόνα, ρε παιδιά. Σπαστικό πράγμα. Επειδή δεν έχουμε ίντερνετ. Κάνει και η τροφοδοσία του PC. Ας ελπίσουμε πως η τροφοδοσία να μην θεωρεί στο τροφοδοτικό. Πάνω τροφοδοτικό θα λες, αλλά τόσο. Τι κάνεις εκεί πάνω, ρε φίλε? Πώς ανεβαίνεις εκεί?
Teddy?
It's chilly.
That's all you have to say? It's chilly?
You're not cold.
Why would I be?
Thought you were scouting ahead.
What do you think I'm doing? Vantage point, like on a pirate ship. I can probably see our house in Hanover from here.
Did you check those buildings?
Knocking on doors isn't a scout's job, old bean.
There must be someone around.
Only one way to find out, old sport. Did you check all the houses?
Σου το παίζει εκεί πέρα στο πάνω.
There must be someone around.
Only one way to find out, old sport.
Νομίζω ότι αυτό που είπε ισχύει. Ας πούμε σε εισαγωγικά είναι χωριό, ρε φίλε. Γίνεται να μην έχει ούτε έναν. Πάω, ρε φίλε, να ψάξω τίποτα, να βρω κανένα. Πού πάω? Πέρα πάνω θα μείνεις, τι θα γίνει?
There must be someone around.
Only one way to find out, old sport. Did you check all the houses?
Το βράδυ καθόμαι και κοιτάω όλα τα σπιτιά.
Hello? Anyone here?
What?
Δεν το
No one home?
Ωχ,
Hello?
όπα ρε μάγκα.
Who's there?
Δεν ήταν ανοιχτό πριν.
Anyone home?
Όλο το σπορ το φωνάζει, δεν άκουσα, ισχύει αυτό. Δεν θα προσοχή σε αυτό. Έχεις τι game παίζουμε?
September 21st, 1923. Vi desperate. Lissy, found something here. Escalated from words to stones. Blood has been spilled. The curse haunts us all. There is no hope left in good Sfarlata. Good. God. Right. In this God-forsaken place. The death of the Jiminy. Death of the children was the end of Grovik. Whatever remained of our souls departed with them. You should see this, Lissy. The letter just trails off. Was never sent.
Άντε βρε, άστο μισή ώρα.
Did you see this door closing?
It was just the wind.
There.
You're as skittish as a pussycat.
Oh.
There's one more house.
Anyone home?
Έχετε καταλάβει το game του παίζει?
I'd say that's a no. 3 strikes, you're out.
I don't think anyone's been home for a while. Someone painted the word traitor on one of the doors. And there was a letter. It sounded foreboding.
Well, you were wrong. The villagers are not indoors.
I still don't understand what happened to the boat.
Why don't we investigate? Maybe it's even drifted back to shore by now.
Unlikely. But I would like to know how it got unmoored.
Well, it's a bright and beautiful day. And we have nothing better to do.
What on earth are you doing?
grandstand.
Στοιχειωμένο νησί δεν νομίζω
My
να
record
είμαι.
is 2 minutes.
Πιστεύω να είναι στοιχειωμένο νησί.
Just go on ahead. I'll catch up.
Δεν κουράζεται όλη την ώρα κάνει κόλπο.
Betty would have taken plenty of constitutionals here. She loves the outdoors.
Πόντως όχι.
She's a city girl.
I'm sure she gets tired of Manhattan. And when she was little, she loved playing in the garden back in Hanover, especially around the pond.
Are you all right?
I just miss her. You'd have thought someone would have seen us by now.
Even if they were all hiding indoors.
Νομίζω ότι απλά θυμήθηκε κάτι. Τώρα όντως αυτή η Μπέτι παίζει να είναι... Όχι παίζει. Πρέπει να βρούμε κάποιο στοιχείο το οποίο θα είναι πίσω τη βίλα μας, σπίτι μας, τι είναι.
How about we don't go back to him?
Applesauce.
Why lock any doors? I can't imagine they have a...
They had a memorial service. The telegraph is out of order.
Well, there goes my plan. NOSOS.
This was 2 years ago, but the notice is still up.
How can it take 2 years to get something like that fixed?
If they couldn't afford it? There's no damage to the rope.
I don't know what that means.
Nobody cut it. I guess the knot could have unraveled.
Και το κόψει απλά, ξέρω, μπορεί να το
Didn't it say
βγάλει.
it was a sailor's knot?
I'm a scholar, not a fisherman.
So who took our boat?
There must be a logical explanation. It's safe to say no ghost in the night stole our boat.
A boat! Teddy! Hot dog! This is our ticket out of here!
Not
θα... Αυτό θα έλεγα κι εγώ, αλλά...
Besides, there's a hole in this boat.
Είναι λίγο σπασμένη.
It gets 10 yards from shore.
Ωπ, εκεί όμως έχει. Πάμε εκεί. Από εδώ.
What's this?
Δεν κάνει τέτοιο.
Remnants of the mining operation.
What, mine?
Η βάργα είναι καλή, γιατί την
It was
παίρνει.
down 20 years ago.
I was just
Σε κάποια εποχή είμαστε, πού ξέρω μάλλον.
still nowhere to be found.
Εδώ την έχει δει
Are you
κασκά.
here, Lissy?
No need to shout.
Αν ακολουθήσουμε γραμμές, ίσως μας πάει κάπου.
No trespassing for traitors.
Cool. Want to jump the gate and explore what's on the other side?
The sign says
Come on.
no trespassing for a reason.
Come on! There may be trolls, or at least more houses. Where's your
Ίσως
sense of
ήταν
adventure, old
ήσουν
sport?
κάποιος.
Don't you want to see where these tracks go?
I've had enough adventure on this side of the fence. Besides, they wrote no trespassing for a reason.
You're such a terrible bore, Teddy Bear. I'll wager 1,000 clams you'll jump this gate at some point.
Έλα, πάμε, πάμε.
On the other side.
Πώς σκέφτεσαι, πάμε.
Frederick Fretland. Who are these traitors he refers to?
What now? We've looked everywhere.
There really doesn't seem to be anyone around.
Maybe we missed something. An important clue. How about the general store? We haven't been inside yet.
It looked deserted, but worth another look, I guess. The weather is favorable today.
I did a little dance last night. Appeasing.
Δεν θα πάμε. Τη βάρκα την έχουμε εκεί, μπορούμε να φύγουμε, δεν θα φύγουμε. Θέλω να μας κάνουν τη ζωή δύσκολη απλά. Κοράκι, τι φάση.
Is that? Lissy, come here.
Άρα καλά, εγώ καλά είδα
She
πριν.
was here. She could still be in there.
Κοίταξα από αυτό το παράθυρο.
Betty,
Betty.
are you sure, Edward? I mean, it's just a hat. Is it even a hat? I'm
I
not
know
sure.
my sister's hat, Lissy.
Λες και το ήξερα.
To get inside.
What about the breaking and entering part?
I could care less what they call it.
Έλα, μπούκαρε, μπούκαρε. Και επειδή από εδώ δεν ανοίγει, από την αριστερή έχουμε μία σκάλα. Μάλλον θα μπούμε από τη σκάλα, για να δούμε από εδώ. Ανοίγει τίποτα? Όχι. Αν όχι, τότε από τη σκάλα θα πάμε, να ξέρετε. Αλλά είναι ανοιχτό αυτό! Ανοίξε το όμως. Λάλα, άλλη μία. Μπορείς. Λάλα, μπορείς. Πάμε. Έντε ρε φίλε, πού πάει? Πάνω τηγάνια έχει. Έχει πάνω τηγάνια. Σήκω ρε. Πάνω στο ταβάνι έχει τηγάνια.
A cat burglar would, by definition, enter a building on a higher floor.
The state of this place.
Oh, Betty.
Edward.
I hope you weren't here when...
Is this... blood?
Not necessarily human blood.
Well, that's alright then. What does it say? Barn murder? Someone murdered a barn?
Barn means child. And mortar, that's...
Child murder. Edward, they murdered a child?
Someone thought so.
Probably the same someone who vandalized the store.
Τι παιδάκι δολοφόνησε, τι?
Damnation. The hat's in here.
Calm down, old boy.
Είναι εδώ.
Anyway, how's a hat going to help us?
Who knows what else is in here? There could be more clues.
Alright, okay. Everything's Jake. We made it into the store. I'm sure we'll find a way through that door.
Out of order.
Why hasn't it been fixed?
Perhaps there wasn't much demand for it anymore. These were never sent.
How long have they been piling up?
I received Mrs. Fretland's letter in June.
A couple of months. Perhaps the world forgot about Grovik. S-O-S.
Οπ, να το.
What are you doing?
Looking for keys.
Τάραξε λίγο, πάρε εδώ.
Keys are all gone.
Some thieving thieves beat you to it. Rascals.
There's a note.
Is it written in Viking runes? What does it say?
It's from Simon. Yai put it means I put. Nurkel is key. Casa. I don't know what that word means.
He put the key in the casa?
Casa. I wish I had my...
Κάσα, ξέρουμε όλοι τι είναι κάσα, έλα.
The note's addressed to his father.
So the key was moved. But where to?
Somewhere safer. Or more convenient.
Can we really trust your translations? You only started studying a month ago.
I spent the summer reading. Out of order.
Why hasn't it been fixed?
Perhaps there wasn't much to... These were never sent.
How long have they been piling up?
I received Mrs. Fretland's letter in June.
A couple of months. Perhaps the world forgot about Grovik.
Ζαριάρα, αν λέγεις δείτε.
Casa.
So that's what it means. Cash register.
Α, πάλι καλά.
You're a genuine gangster.
Πώς θα πρέπει να βρούμε κάποιο κωδικό.
Don't worry. If you get busted, I'll come. Wasn't there supposed to be a key?
Here it is.
Πάντο. Κάσε, όταν το ανεβάσουμε στο YouTube έτσι θα το ονομάσουμε. Live. Κάσε.
Lissy. Nothing.
Άντε, τόση ώρα γι' αυτό ήρθαμε.
It is her hat.
Teddy, I'm not
Betty
sure
was
that's...
here. And not long ago.
Okay, but if that is her hat, what's it doing in a locked storeroom?
Another breadcrumb.
That's not an answer.
I know for sure she was here. That's what matters.
You know best, Edward.
Το γράμμα, διάβασε το.
What now? If this is a breadcrumb, where's the next one?
There must be a reason her hat's in this room.
What's that?
A handwritten note.
I'm not blind. What does it say, you silly goose?
It's hard to read. I'm not sure my translation will be...
Πώς είναι ρε φίλε.
Johann, you... nectar. Refuse. You refuse to speak to me, so I write this letter instead. It's from Frederick Fretland to his brother. Simon did not... Bloody hell. Simon did not murder your Ruth. He was fond of his cousin.
Ruth. Ruth is the daughter of Anna and Johann, which means the little girl in the photograph at the farmhouse. Oh, Edward. The Fretland girl was...
Αυτό μου λέει μαζεύει κομμάτια για την κούκλα να το ολοκληρώσει.
Simon was working at the farm while I tended to the store. I would have seen him had he passed on the way up to the cliffs.
Μπορεί.
They thought Simon killed Ruth. His own cousin.
Ruth was... What's that word? Playing. Ruth was always playing on the rocks below the church. She must have fallen by accident. The note ends there. Frederick never finished it. And Johann never read it. Not that it would have made a difference. If Johann thought...
Έτσι η αδερφή του δηλαδή να είναι πεθαμένη. Να μαζεύει απλά τα πράγματα για να ολοκληρώσει τέτοια. Κούκλα, όντως ισχύει αυτό. Φλάρι υπήρχε ήδη, τώρα το καπέλο. Πάμε τη φωτογραφία.
Edward, come look at this. That's the cliff. Right there. The one in the note? I bet you a million clams.
Where?
See for yourself.
I guess that could be where...
Let's check it out.
No, Lissy, wait.
Κατσίκι θα πάει. Να πάμε. Το πρόγραμμα βγήκε, έφυγε. Τι γίνεται ρε. Και save. Τότε καλά πάμε, προχωράμε.
What are you doing? This doesn't concern us.
A little girl died. We're staying in her home, for God's sake. Are you completely without heart? Get yourself a...
Whoopsie-daisy.
Το καταλάβω όμως με η αδερφή του με τον φόνο του...
Where little Ruth died.
You're being morbid. And this is a distraction. I'm here for Betty, not because some girl
Edward,
got herself...
You insensitive brute. You're like the Tin Woodman,
Ήταν
no
μούτατος.
heart. You know, you've grown cold and mean in that horrid study of yours. With only books and bugs to keep you company for years and years and years. There are other people in this world, you know. It's not all about you. You're going to do this. If not for Ruth, then for us. We're going to figure out what happened to the poor girl. Together.
I've seen all there is to see. I'm going back.
Where are you going?
Α, εδώ λίγο τι παίζει. Έλα πάνω.
Is that blood?
The girl could have hit her head on that rock. There would have been plenty of blood.
That's awful. I think there's something behind it. Can you move the rock aside?
Θέμα είναι η Μπέτη με αυτό το παιδί που κολλάει ρε φίλε. Είναι αυτό αρκουδάκι. Και δεν έχει κεφάλι, τι φάση.
It must be Ruth's.
Where's the head?
Maybe the killer also decapitates dolls.
Hold on. This pin. This is old.
Το pin είναι ίδιο λόγο με το τέτοιο. Του
Looks like
autosave.
something from the Viking era.
We are in the land of Vikings.
This could be 1,000 years old. It does not belong on a child's doll.
Who cares? Ruth is dead and you're obsessing about a rusty old pin? Let's go further up. Maybe we'll find more clues. Come on, old sport. It's not far.
Can you wait just 1 minute so that I can catch my breath? Huh. It you follow the same path, Betty?
Θα πάει.
Am I just stumbling through?
You can see clear beyond the edge of the world. You're right. It is awfully chilly.
One
Oh,
second.
teddy bear. We need to take you out walking more often.
So, the girl fell from up here.
Was pushed, you mean? Can you see where she fell?
Δεν έπεσε μόνο του, δεν παίζει.
If she fell head first on that rock, she'd have died instantly.
Edward, honestly.
You wanted to learn more. This is you learning more. She hit her head and fell into the bush where I found her doll. Happy now, Alice?
I'm not. What was she doing up here in the first place?
Playing? She was a child. Children play in dangerous places.
There must be more to it. Let's find out where this path leads.
No, absolutely not. I don't have time for this nonsense. We're running out of daylight.
Πώς τρέχει, ρε?
You're still out there. Lissy, slow down. I can't keep up with you.
Εντάξει, ολόκληρο χωριουδάκι. Κανείς δεν υπάρχει εδώ πέρα. Πού είναι όλοι?
Breaking something. Lissy, are you?
Teddy.
Πάρε, φίλε.
Word. Look away, Lissy.
Is this what happened to the villagers? They killed themselves?
It's one body. Let's not jump to conclusions.
This is just ghastly. What made him do this? How long has he been?
From the state of the body, perhaps a couple.
What does that say?
God forgive me.
Don't suicides go to hell? Isn't that what your father said when
Stop.
your mother drowned
Don't.
herself? Sorry. Who was he? One of the Fretlanders?
It's not Johann or Frederick, and he's too old to be Simon.
Do you think this has something to do with Ruth? Maybe she came across the hanged man before she died.
Ακούγεται κιόλας.
Scared her.
Τι έχουνε κάνει οι
Ran,
τύποι?
and
This happened later.
there's some consolation in that, I guess. Maybe it's the killer. The guilt ate him up and he offed himself.
That's just speculation with no basis in fact. There's nothing more to do here. I'm going back. Let the poor soul rest in peace.
Does it
Τι
look
φάση,
like
δεν το
he's
κατεβάσεις,
resting
μόνο
in
τον
peace?
αφήσεις έτσι?
You're just going to leave him hanging? You're an insensitive brute.
I'm here for Betty. This is... it's tragic, but really none of my
Oh,
concern.
Betty, Betty, Betty. Always just Betty. You don't care about anyone else. What if that was me up there? Would you care then? All you do is obsess over a scarf and...
Παίζει Μπέτι να μην υπάρχει καν, ξέρετε.
And... Ugh.
Παίζει Μπέτι να ήταν, αλλά όχι τώρα το μωρό θα έχει φύγει και τα αίματα και όλα από τις συμφορικές και από αυτά. Οπότε και ο φόνος σίγουρα θα γίνει τώρα στα κοντά. Αλλιώς δεν εξηγείται. Μέσα στις βροχές έχει φύγει το αίμα.
Would you please just do this one decent deed? If not for me, then for yourself. Or for your Betty. What are you doing? You can't just pull him down by his legs. Try loosening the noose.
I can't reach that far.
What are you doing?
Πω, πολύ σπασίκλας είναι αυτή.
Try loosening the noose.
I can't reach that far. I'm going to be sick. I can't do this.
Yes, you can. Teddy.
Καλά κάτω εσύ, ρε.
Edward. I know you can. You've been through much worse.
Πάμε day 3.
Where are the Fretlands, Edward?
It's been 2 days.
Σαν τις
They're
ταινίες.
not back tonight.
They're not
Άτζι
coming back.
ποτήρι.
Perhaps they left after their daughter died.
Was murdered, you mean? Isn't that what we think happened?
She was probably murdered.
And you think Simon did it?
Your guess is as good as mine. It could have been an accident.
You're really not helping.
Can we talk about this tomorrow?
Ωραία.
I'm sorry.
You're exhausted.
I buried a corpse today, Alice.
I know. I'm sorry. Why don't you sleep in the guest bedroom?
The couch is fine. The Fretlands could still come home.
All right. Just don't come crying to me if you wake up with a crick in your neck. I'll be up for a while, if you feel like talking.
Θα να κάνει loading. Δεν ξέρω τι να πω God of War, αλλά είναι τέτοιο ωραία. Αφού το είπα και πριν, με την καρφίτσα, είναι Viking σύμβολα. Το πώς πήρε φωτιά.
Someone tried to burn this. It's addressed to Mrs. Fretland. My dearest Anna. It's from her sister, Margaret. I really shouldn't.
Really? How else are we going to figure out what happened? Keep reading.
My dearest Anna, I miss you so very, very much. The baby is due soon, and I wish for our family to reunite before... It's been 7 years since the dreadful incident at the mine. Can we not convince Frederick and Johann to forgive and forget? I know there are things Frederick has not told me about what they found and why they parted ways. Their grudge is tearing us all apart. Frederick won't even let me speak to half of our neighbors, accusing them of treason. He's so very angry and full of regrets. It's eating him up. And we...
And we what?
The rest is unreadable.
Margaret reached out to her sister, but I guess it didn't work.
This was written before Simon was born, but burned recently.
Το αστέριο θα λύσουμε την απορία μας. Ένα πολύ περίεργο σύστημα. Αφήνουμε και το καπέλο.
What are you doing?
Betty will want these back.
I don't think it's healthy.
Not now, please. I'm exhausted.
Κολλάει. Θα παίξει το OBS. Δεν είναι ρε φίλε. Τώρα παίζουμε ότι θα βρούμε και το μπουφανάκι της. Τα γάντια, τίποτα τέτοιο.
Quite the day, huh?
I'm ready to pass out. Where will you sleep?
I'll be up for a while. My mind's simply racing.
Don't stay up late. Wake me if you hear the Fretlands arriving.
Of course.
And I'll
keep my eyes open for any ghosts that might want to haunt you in your sleep.
There are no...
Hush now. Sleep.
Κολλήματα του ρε φίλε. Πάμε day 3. Λίγο να πω κάτι. Μέρες έχει πόσο.
Where are you, Lissy?
Right up the stairs, Teddy. Teddy, is that you?
Όχι ρε.
This is her room. Are you paying attention? Ruth. Can you imagine? One moment you're living a perfectly happy life, and then nothing. Darkness. Forever and ever. Maybe there's something here that can tell us what happened to her.
Αυτό είναι την του μικρού.
We might be the only ones left to tell her story, Edward.
You're just being
Αλλά τώρα τα σε φωτάκια.
I'll help you look. There's still no sign of the Fretlands.
Maybe they left town.
Πώς ξεκλείδωσε τζάμπα emoji ρε.
What's the point of this? I should be looking for Betty.
I hate you some. Ruth was an artist.
This is very primitive.
Have you ever met a child, Edward? She wasn't Monet, she was 8. This must be the village church. That's Ruth and her family on one side of the aisle. Simon and his father on the other.
The community divided.
She found something.
Where's that supposed to be?
The cave. Or the...
Mine. It could be. But what did she find?
something important enough to draw.
Τώρα ψάχνουμε και σπηλιές.
That must be Ruth and Simon's fathers.
Perhaps. They weren't on the best of terms.
They look like they want to kill each other.
To a child, maybe it looked worse than it was.
Children are more insightful than you give them credit for, Teddy Bear. She made her bed that morning. Before she...
Or her parents did. It doesn't matter. It tells us nothing.
Why are you like this today? Betty's not the only person in the world that matters.
Κοίτα πάντα αυτή τη χατόφατσα. Γιατί τι κάνει ρε φίλε, όταν μιλάει πάντα έτσι κάνει.
Draugen.
Hey, the undead monster from those folk tales you read.
What an odd book for a child to have.
I don't know. Children love scary stories. This looks interesting. Read some of it to me, please.
Βάρα τώρα. Πλάκα μου κάνεις.
In Norwegian folklore, the appearance of Draugen, the reanimated corpse of a drowned mariner, heralds death. Draugen haunts the black seas in a shattered boat. The beast has a man's body and wears a sou'wester, but instead of a head, there is tangled seaweed, and the revenant's chilling cry freezes mortal blood to ice. Draugen has the power to enter the dreams of the living. If you wake from such a dream, you have been spared, though someone close to you... That's enough of that. It's nonsense, of course. Not something a child should be reading.
Do you think Draugen took our boat? Maybe he's out there, on the fjord, waiting for nightfall so he can return to shore.
No.
Your soul lacks poetry, Edward Charles Harden. I pity you. She made her bed that morning, before she...
Or her parents did. It doesn't matter. It tells us nothing.
Why are you like this today? Betty's not the only person in the
Κοίτα
world...
μούτρα ρε, γιατί στο σπαστικιά ρε, τελείωνε. Δεν θέλω να ασχοληθώ με το παιδάκι. Θέλω να βρω την Betty, τι πρόβλημα έχεις.
What does that spell? F-O-R-B...
For Banelson. The curse.
Who's that figure supposed to be? It's creepy. It looks a bit like the Draugen in her book.
A figment of her imagination. But the box she drew... It looks like this box under her desk.
Really? Let me see. Pull it out.
Τι της Πανδώρας τώρα, εδώ θα... Μ' αρέσει που με βγάζει διαφορετικό τέτοιο κλικ να κάνω interact για να το ανοίξει.
What is this?
I believe this might qualify as actual treasure.
Is that Norwegian money?
Sort of, but ancient. Viking coins.
Are they valuable?
Not in terms of monetary value, but historically. They belong in a museum.
Looks like Ruth had her own
Είδες
private
Στέργιο.
museum.
Why would a child have these
Να κάνουμε
artifacts?
Σκανδιναβία, οπότε όντως μπορεί το σύμβολο να ήταν παρόμοιο και
Much too precious to play with. She should have given these to an adult.
She was a child, Edward. To her, they were just shiny toys. Wait! The pin! On the doll!
This is where it came from, her collection.
But where did she find these treasures?
If we're to believe her drawing, perhaps the mine. She may have found a gravesite. Wherever she found them, she wanted to keep them hidden.
You think someone found out?
These items wouldn't necessarily be worth much, except to a historian or archaeologist.
What if this is how... I mean, if someone learned she'd been collecting treasures, they might be willing to do terrible things.
Αυτό μου πέρανε το μυαλό, αλλά άμα δεν προχωρήσουμε,
There's a story here.
δεν πρόκειται να το μάθουμε.
The drawings.
The overactive mind of an imaginative child.
Well, she didn't imagine the Viking artifacts. You shouldn't be so dismissive. The drawings could be her way of dealing with traumatic
This is
events.
what happens when I read you the principles of psychology. You get notions.
You say that like it's a bad thing. Ruth was troubled. The village was troubled, and... Is that a bell?
The church bell. Someone's here. Maybe... Betty.
Baby, wake up και προχώρα.
Perhaps she's in trouble. I need to get to the church right now. I told you, I'm not sure that was anything. Come on.
Τι πάει τώρα αυτό? Ω, πάνω είναι εκεί. Καλά. Το αύριο δεν φτάσουμε εκεί. Εντάξει, τύποι βάλανε σε ένα τερέν, ξέρω εγώ. Γιατί έχει τέτοιο lag. Βάλανε τύποι, ξέρω εγώ, δεντράκια, βουναλάκια και τέτοια, full πανεύκολο. Κάνανε σε 2 μέρες αυτό. Φτιάξανε game πάνω σε αυτό το τερέν, να πούμε.
July 24th, memorial service.
Πάρε εδώ όλοι.
A commemoration of the accident at the mine.
All these fresh graves. Do you think that maybe Betty...
What?
Who did this?
Someone who'd lost their faith.
Gone fishing?
God is not here.
Well, of course he isn't. You won't find God in a church. God is the wind in the trees, the grass between your toes, the brook that runs
That's
through.
nature, not God.
Can you peek through the boards?
Τα τραγούδια δεν σας θυμίζουν λίγο κάποιο άλλο game? Κάτι θυμίζει εμένα.
Lissy, are you here?
Yes.
5 φορές πάτησα πριν.
See anyone?
No.
Listen. The bell. They're still in there.
Hello? I heard the bell.
This is giving me
I'm
the
here to help.
heebie-jeebies.
These boards look flimsy enough to break.
Ξύπνησες. Επιτέλους. Ο άλλος όμως πως μπήκε εκεί. Φωνή.
Look at that. The Ethel.
Outlast.
I didn't think you had it in you, old fruit.
Be quiet.
Όχι. Κάτι τέτοιο.
Betty? Are you here? Hello? This is Edward Harden. I'm looking for my sister,
Stop
Elizabeth.
Stop shouting, Edward. We're alone. What's this rope for?
The bell. Lissy. Look. Betty's gloves. They are definitely
Το ήξερα, τέταρτη μέρα θα βρούμε τον μπουφάν του.
Boston before she left for New York. She bought them at Woolworth. I remember the day she's here.
Where? And why would she leave her clothes lying around? It doesn't make sense.
She's sending me a message. She knew I'd recognize her gloves, her hat. She's left a trail for me to follow, like Ariadne's red thread.
We're not in a labyrinth.
Betty will have left more crumbs.
Betty, you're turning into such a pill. What happened here? Isn't this a fire hazard?
They're not all. They considered this a sacred place. For them to destroy it.
I've never seen you read the Bible before.
Φυσικά, και τώρα η Μπέτι. Λικά αστέριο είδες, μαλάκα, δίκιο είχες. Μαζεύουμε τα ρούχα της Μπέτι. Το Λόι δεν έχω δει πολύ. Κάτσε, εσύ δεν είχες πει ότι ξεκίνησες να παίζεις το Outlast? Όχι.
Jesus looks sad.
What reason would Jesus have to be happy?
Don't be blasphemous.
Given that this is all, what are you doing?
Κάνει ρε μαλάκα, πατέρα.
They considered this a sacred place. For them to destroy it. This was an act of.
This is the bell we heard ringing?
I don't see any other bells.
So where are you going?
Τι άλλο θες να βρω εκεί μέσα, για πες, έχει τίποτα άλλο? Κατέβα κάτω.
What's that?
Λίγο μοιάζει με εκείνο το game του πίνακα που έπρεπε να τον ζωγραφίσεις. Το Layers of Fearless. Το Layers of Fear, πλάκα, το ένα το έχουμε παίξει 3 φορές. Το 2 δεν το έχουμε παίξει ούτε μία φορά. Είχα πει ότι θα το ξεκινήσω. Νόμιζα έχει το ξεκινήσει. Έχεις παίξει, φίλο? Δικό μου λάθος. Είναι δικό μου λάθος.
Move on. Something to the effect of, you sit in separate aisles in God's house.
Like Ruth's drawing. I told you, she was perceptive.
Άγιος Σεπτέμβριος είναι full δυνατός σε games. Full δυνατός. Δηλαδή ο Σεπτέμβριος είναι να μην κάνεις απολύτως τίποτα. Πρέπει να παίζεις όλη μέρα games.
Ruth's drawing mentioned a curse.
Φεβρουάριος τώρα οι game κυκλοφορίες βγήκανε. Εντάξει. Τίποτα καλό ρε, τίποτα μέσα στο Φεβρουάριο, τίποτα. Ιανουάριος είχε Dead Space, και αυτό πολύ ωραίο. Δεν θα να το παίξουμε σε stream, αλλά πολύ μεγάλο ρε παιδί. Era αυτό το ίντερνετ. Το ίντερνετ.
It addresses Johann and
Frederick
directly. But I wonder if they were even here.
Well, they were.
Lissy.
What is it? Where are you going?
Τι κι άλλο να βρεις εκεί μέσα? Τι μπορεί να βρεις εκεί μέσα άλλο δηλαδή? Τελείωνε.
Isn't this a fire hazard?
I considered this a sacred.
Jesus looks sad.
What reason would Jesus have to be happy?
Don't be blasphemous.
Given that, for he is our peace, who hath made both one, and hath broken down the middle wall of partition between us.
Did you just translate?
I considered this a sacred place, for them to destroy it. The church book, a record of deaths.
So we can find out what happened to the people in the village?
And Elizabeth, I mean, if she was dead,
her name would be in the book.
Oh.
Vandals tore it to pieces.
I don't think the missing pages left the church.
Είπα και εγώ τώρα το βρούμε.
How many pages are missing?
I counted 4.
They're probably all still here.
I know.
Let's make it a competition. 1-0 to Team Me.
Ναι. Πάλι τη δουλειά εγώ θα την κάνω.
I know what a rotten loser you are. Found another one. You get it. It's right here.
Άντε και βρίσκεται το τέταρτο τελείω.
Just one more page missing.
Κάνε τις μπέντι και δεν θα το βρουν ποτέ.
Where are you going?
Άσε. Από εδώ τριγύρω θα είναι. Εσύ μήπως είναι κανένα φάντασμα κοπέλα? What? Τι λες, δεν παίζει. Φάντασμα.
2 for 2. A tie. Good
Που
job.
δεν πηγαίνει τίποτα.
This is not a game. Betty's out there.
Of horse feathers.
Τι λες, ρε φίλε.
Stop being so gosh darn tedious, Edward. Biddy, will you ever shut up?
Ισχύει, δεν πηγαίνει τίποτα, αλλά...
This book goes back years. It lists births and deaths.
Γιατί να μην πιάνει
Here's
τίποτα.
the third Fretland
Περίεργο.
brother. The one who died in the cave-in. Someone added the word for Banelson, probably quite recently.
What does that mean again?
Curse. That word is all over this book. Not just the men who died in the mine, but other deaths in the last 20 years.
Ruth's drawing and the sermon both mentioned a curse. What do you think it means?
I don't know. There were surprisingly few births.
Perhaps they blame that on the curse as well.
Look here. Ruth Elsa Fretland. She was buried in the cemetery. And the next entry, Simon Fretland. Now this is interesting.
Simon is dead? Oh, that's dreadful.
He drowned the day after Ruth died. Probably no coincidence. See what's scribbled next to it?
Mort?
Ποιος ήταν ο Σάιμον?
Who killed him? Ruth's father? Or the mob that trashed the store?
It doesn't say. After the children, a half-dozen deaths in a single week.
The curse.
It's listed as the cause for every single death.
Maybe there really was a curse.
Primitive superstition. But something changed after Ruth and Simon. It might explain why there's no one around.
Edward, if it killed everyone, how's that not a curse? What does that word say? Next to those names at the bottom. For a...
Traitor.
Edward? What's wrong?
The final entry. There's no name. Alice, what if...
Oh, Edward, no.
Betty.
It doesn't mean she's...
She's not dead. She can't be. I'd know.
Teddy.
I need to see the grave for myself. It's not Betty. Betty's still alive.
Teddy? Where are you going? Don't leave me.
Πώς γίνεται, αφού δεν έγραφε το όνομά της, δεν κατάλαβα ρε μάγκη. Πού πρέπει να πάω τώρα? Πάνω παπαριά έκανα. Το κάνω το μάθω. Καταλάβω ότι κι εγώ. Ρε μαλάκα, με και το μάπια. Σημείο γιατί κολλάει ρε μαλάκα. Άγκε, σήμερα η εικόνα είναι πιο χάλια από ό,τι ήταν τις προηγούμενες φορές, έτσι. Κάτι πάει λάθος, Κάνω λάθος. Δεν έπρεπε να φύγω. Εκεί έκανα εγώ το.
What are you doing? Have you gone completely mad? Edward, stop it!
Thank God. It's not her. It's not Betty. It's
Πάση ρε φίλε.
Oh, Edward. What have you done?
Δεν μπορούσα να φτάσω στον δρόμο πραγματικά.
Elizabeth, I was so afraid.
You're a monster.
But I had to be sure. If Betty...
To hell with your Betty! When did she ever shed a tear for you?
Don't talk about my baby sister like
Or what? Or what, Edward? What will you do? Ignore us? Banish us? You've spent your entire life chasing her. When are you going to do something useful with what's left of it?
Quiet! Just leave me be.
Fine.
See?
What?
Alice? Come back. Don't leave me alone. Please. Come back. I need you.
Πάση.
Lissy? Where are you?
Το είπα καμιά ανάμιση θα είναι και τρελαίνεται.
Alice, please. Come back to me. Where are you?
Εγώ σου λέω ότι αυτή και καλά τώρα.
Lissy? Where are you?
Είναι, αυτή εγώ σου λέω ότι είναι η Betty, δεν γίνεται αλλιώς.
No. Lissy. Hey. Lissy, please listen to me. I didn't mean what I said.
Of course you meant it. Everything's always about Betty. Betty, Betty.
I care about you both.
Until it really matters. Then it's obvious who matters more.
I thought she was dead.
I wish she was!
Don't.
You deserve to be alone.
Μαλάκα, τι έχει γίνει, τι game παίζουμε.
Please, talk to me.
What's there to talk about?
You can't keep running away from me.
You think you own me? That you control me? That you get to decide how I feel and what I do every minute of every day? That I'm your puppet, your little plaything? Well, fuck you, Edward Charles Harden! I never should have come here with you on this pointless chase!
Now, be reasonable. What are you doing?
What I should have done years ago. Maybe now you'll learn to appreciate us.
Now listen to me. Please, listen. Hear me out. Don't do this. You can't do this to me. I need you. I'm not whole without you. I can't lose you. I can't live without you. Don't, please, don't, no. What? No!
Τι φάση.
Oh, Alice. What have you done? Please, be all right. Please, don't.
You make me sick, Edward.
What?
Your mother and father would be ashamed. Elizabeth would be ashamed. They did not think you deserved their love, so they abandoned you.
Don't.
Oh, my child. We are all that you have, and we love you. We are here. With us, you are never alone. Do not forget.
No, Never. Never. I never forget. I am never alone.
Τι είναι αυτό ρε μαλάκα. Φορά έχουμε άλλες 2 μέρες, πάμε.
Wake up, Edward. Stop.
Τώρα θα είναι έτσι. Παρά μιλάς.
Where you go, we go, Edward. You cannot hide from us.
Where's Lissy?
Alice is not here.
Bring her back. Please. I need her.
Alice does not love Elizabeth like you do.
She loves me.
Not like I do, Edward.
I'm so tired. Please.
What do you want?
I think of you so often. You have no idea.
You just want me to forgive you so that we can keep looking for your precious, perfect Betty.
She needs us.
She never needed you, Teddy Bear. And she certainly doesn't need us.
I can't find her on my own.
Well, it's just too bad, my darling Edward. Because we're done playing second fiddle to little sis.
Wait, don't go. I'm talking to you, Lissy. Oh.
Γάντια δεν. Θα αφήσει κάπου. Γίνεται. Τα άφησε ήδη. Οκ. Μάλιστα.
Lissy, listen. Please. You can't keep vanishing on me.
Try me.
Why are you so angry?
You do not know anger, Edward.
Did you ever meet my father?
Alice does not want to speak with you.
Then what about you? Are you going to help me?
God helps those who help themselves.
I don't need God's help. I need Lissy.
Do you, though? Did you ever?
What? Of course,
Ότι έχουν παίξει ρε φίλε. ζήνεις να βγει έξω. Τέταρτη μέρα θα είναι μέσα. Πάντως καλό αυτό, δεν σε αφήνει να φύγει. Μάτια μου.
Hear me out. Alice, don't go. I depend on you both.
You can never depend on other people, Edward.
I'm not sure you count
Αυτό
as
τι
other
φάση,
people.
τι είναι αυτό ρε φίλε.
Everyone leaves, one way or another.
You don't. You can't.
Is that a challenge?
Stop playing games.
Are you ordering me, teddy bear?
I'm asking you.
Didn't your father always tell you to stand up for yourself? To be a real man and not a sissy? Maybe that's why he put the gun to his head and pulled the trigger. Kaboom! He was so disappointed about what his only son had turned into.
You're a monster.
Takes one to know one. Old fruit.
Έξω. Δεν ψήνεσαι. Άση, τι λάγκ ήταν αυτό. Παθαίνει ρε φίλε. Το game κάτι δεν ξέρω, είναι τέτοιο. Μόνο το καταστρέφει. Τι έγινε, δεν τελείωσε από εδώ. Τελείωσε από εδώ. Τίποτα απάνω.
Gave you this jacket. You were here. Alice, be reasonable. I'm trying to talk to you. Lissy, I'm
Τώρα
tired.
δεν βρήκαμε και το παλτό, οπότε μας λείπει μάλλον ένα μετά.
Lissy, look. Her jacket. I'm sure it wasn't here yesterday, which
Jesus
means
Christ,
Betty was
Teddy.
here. Perhaps when we were out yesterday.
Betty,
She must have-
Betty.
Betty.
You love Betty more than you love us. But don't you see? What has Betty done that we haven't? What can she do that we cannot? We've always been there for you. Why do you keep looking for her?
She's real. You're not.
So?
What? You decide what is real. We are real to you.
It will never be the same.
She does not want you.
Who are you talking
Why
about?
do you think Betty left? She was sick and tired of us. She wanted to escape.
Like mother.
Drowning herself because she couldn't stand being around us.
Like father.
Bang! Right in the coconut.
Stop.
You drive them all away, Edward. All into death.
Το ίδιο έχουμε ρε, δεν
Not
τελείωσε.
us. We're always here for you.
I beg you.
You are never alone.
Stop! Leave me alone, both of you!
You want to be alone?
You really want to be alone?
Fine. You're alone.
Good.
Lissy, come back. Please.
Αυτή τι θέλει πίσω ρε φίλε. Αυτή. Day 5, τελευταία μέρα, πάμε. Μάλλον. Έχεις του.
Betty?
Αλλά σήκω, υπέτεινη, σήκω.
Is that you?
Ω, πάλι ο Μίχλ, ρε φίλε. Πώς γίνεται το Μίχλ να πει. Μέσα στο σπίτι, ρε φίλε.
Are you upstairs? Betty, I'm coming. I knew you were here. Wait.
Δεν θα είναι η Μπέτι.
I'm on my way. Betty? Betty? Are you in there? Open the door.
Δεν μπορώ να πάω από εκεί.
They didn't believe me. I'm coming in. Stand away from the door.
Πάσε, ρε φίλε. Δεν μπορούσε να ανοίξει ένα παράθυρο, τώρα να θα ανοίξει την πόρτα. Το ξέρα, ρε φίλε. Πιστεύω.
No. No. Oh, thank you.
Τι άλλη είναι αυτό τώρα.
Thank you. I thought it was you, Betty. But who?
Τι κάνεις στο σπίτι εδώ, ρε φίλε.
Anna.
Είναι η Άννα.
You said this was a gift from another unlucky suitor. It was precious to you. You wouldn't have left it here unless... A signpost. A breadcrumb. But what's so important about the Fretlands? I will figure this out. I will find you. I promise.
Τώρα άλλη. Καεί τελείως. Έχω καεί τελείως. Δεν σε ανοίξει την πόρτα.
I know you were here. It's from Johann, addressed to his wife. Did you notice the handwriting, Betty? He was clearly distraught. Knock ere knock. Enough is enough. After decades of strife, I pray that God will... Tilly, forgive me. I am tired of secrets. For 20 years, I've kept my silence about our discovery, but my silence has only led to misfortune, and my cowardice has only led to death. I will make Frederick pay for what he has done to us, for what they have done to our Ruth. When it is over, I will let the ocean take me to you and Ruth. May God forgive me. Anna was already dead when he wrote this. He had no one else to confess to. What now, Betty? Johann went to confront his brother, probably at Frederick's farm. And then? You followed Johann to Frederick Fretland's farm, and then to the mine. You wouldn't let this go, Betty. You'd follow your story to the end. All the way to the end.
Τώρα αυτό ο Johann Farm είναι
So where is...
εκεί στην κλειδωμένη την πόρτα. Δεν μπορούσαμε να μπούμε και... Αυτή η μουσική μάλλον τελειώνει κιόλας.
Did you follow the tracks to the mine? What led you to this place? All these fragments. You would piece them together into a story, wouldn't you, Betty? So, what do we know? Johann and Frederick are partners, and on good terms. Something happens in the mine. Disagreements lead to a falling out. And at the end of it all, 20 years later, Johann walks this path to confront Frederick. Was this your doing, Johann? Did you burn your brother's farm to the ground? And where were you, Betty? Did you witness their fall? Betty? Are you here, Betty? Betty!
Σπίτια είναι ολόιδια ρε φίλε.
Betty, where are you?
Κάνα κάτι διαφορετικό. Σάιμον, νάτος. 23 ρε φίλε, θες εδώ.
Born December 5th, 1909, died September 17th, 1923. Why bury Simon here and not at the cemetery? If the village blamed him for Ruth's death, I could really use your imagination, Betty. You'd figure this out in no time.
Τα λάγκρε μαλάκα. Τι game παίζουμε ρε φίλε. Λίγο. Καλά κλασικά αυτό το κλειδωμένο. Δεν έχω καταλάβει τίποτα. Όταν μισά έχω καταλάβει, μην νομίζεις. Και εμείς ψάχαμε την Μπέτη, την αδερφή μας. Η άλλη ήταν φάντασμα που μας παράτησε.
Betty? Are you here, Betty?
Τώρα δεν ξέρω πώς θα βρούμε την Μπέτη απλά.
Betty! Elizabeth! Betty, where are you? Betty? Are you here, Betty? Betty!
Διαβάσε με πάλι.
Elizabeth! Betty, where are you? Betty? Are you here, Betty? Betty! Elizabeth!
Κάτι δεν έχει εδώ να ανοίξει. Πρέπει να πάω τώρα.
Betty, where are you? Betty? Are you here, Betty? Betty!
Εμένα έχει και ο Μίχλ, δεν βλέπω τίποτα.
Elizabeth! Betty, where are you?
Τώρα που βρήκα τις σταφόπλακες. Τώρα έχει τους άμμον εκεί πέρα ήταν και αυτό.
Betty? Are you here, Betty?
Μπορώ να καταλάβω κάτι.
Betty!
Περίεργης μόνο θα μας φωτίσει.
Elizabeth! Betty, where are you?
Ίσως δεν πάει σίγουρα, οπότε.
Betty? Are you here, Betty? Betty! Elizabeth!
Ίσως έχει κάτι στο σπίτι και στο καμένο,
Betty, where are you?
το οποίο δεν βρήκα.
Betty?
Όχι. Κάτι εδώ θέλει, αλλά θέμα είναι πώς ανοίγει εδώ η πόρτα. Αστέριο το φτιάχνει. Για να μην στο πηγάδι. Μπορεί να χρειάζεται να κάνουμε τώρα. Έχει τίποτα εδώ μέσα? Έχει. Γιατί κάνει interact όμως, καταλάβω. Πολλά και το τέτοιο, το γάμο το. Τι πρέπει να κάνω ρε φίλε, να καταλάβω. Σέργιο, βοήθα μία ρε. Πολύ lag σήμερα ρε παιδες, γιατί έτσι ρε φίλε? Πολύ lag, γιατί έτσι? Όχι, πάλι γυρνάει πίσω εδώ. Σέργιο, βοήθα. Δεν πηγαίνει και πίσω τελείως. Λεπτά ακόμα gamer φίλε, το κάνουμε μισή ώρα τώρα. Αυτό το κάνω ανεβαίνει. Ψάχνω. Μπορείτε. Πάνε στο καμένο σπίτι. Safe, ρε. Τι είναι αυτό, ρε φίλε? Πού ήρθα και πριν? Πού βρέθηκε αυτό εδώ?
What do you reckon, Betty? Let's try Simon's birthday. Another Viking artifact, Betty. Most likely from the same treasure Ruth found. Postmarked in Boston. That's a curious coincidence. Dear Frederick, I hope this letter, it's in English, Betty. Hope this letter finds you and the boy in good health. We're concerned about you both. No word from you for almost 2 years now. All of us still heartbroken about Margaret's passing. We know things have been difficult for you and Simon. Mr. Fretland, we expect you to take care of this problem. If the discovery is made public, the authorities will intervene and the mine will be shut down. Should this happen, we will consider it a breach of our contract, and we will withdraw our investment. You and your brother will be responsible for all debts and losses. Johann must be convinced to wall up the chamber. We have already dealt with the worker who made
Δεν ξέρεις, εγώ μαλάκα σου λέω ότι δεν υπάρχει καν Betty. Σίγουρα δεν υπάρχει Betty.
This must be for that locked shed. You went to the mine. I hope our guardian angel watched over you. All right, Betty. So what happens? Johann and Frederick discover something in the mine. Cave or chamber of archaeological.
Μαλάκα όταν μιλάει, γιατί πρέπει να πηγαίνει αργά?
They argue about what to do.
Δεν μπορεί να μιλάει για να τρέχει, ξέρω εγώ, δύο πράγματα να κάνει. Τι είναι?
Johann is convinced or paid to walk away. Their secret stays hidden. Then, a few months later, the accident. 3 men die. The investors pull out.
Πώς πηδήξει απλά από τον άλλο του φράχτη? Πρέπει να ανοίξει την πόρτα, δηλαδή να περάσει μέσα από το σπιτάκι για να πηδήξει.
So, 20 years pass. The Fretland feud tears the village apart, setting neighbor against neighbor. And then, Ruth stumbles across the secret in the mine. After all this time, the truth may finally come to light, but she dies. And the day after, Simon is murdered. It's a catalyst. Old grievances resurface. No matter who you stand with.
Βγάζεται πιο εύκολα έτσι. Να τρέχει και να μιλάει.
Escalate. More people die. From disease, despair, suicides, murder. All because of the mine. Because of what they found there. And what they covered up. There was no one to stop it, Betty. They were alone. That's the real curse of Grovik. Isolation.
Άντε ρε.
This place is cursed.
Άνε.
Ridiculous.
Πίσω. Δεν ανοίγει, πότε πάμε κάτω. Δεν θα πάμε κάτω. Να πάμε εκεί, αλλά από το θέμα πώς θα πάμε. Για να δούμε τι βρήκαν. Α, τι είναι κάτω ρε. Σοβαρά τώρα δηλαδή, το κεφάλι της κούκλας.
The day she fell, something spooked her, and then she ran all the way to the cliff where. Do you know what?
Θεωρητικά ισχύει αυτό, όμως το game είναι σίγουρα μαλακιά να μην τα κάνει και τα δύο μαζί. Δηλαδή το να κουράζεται όταν τρέχει και μιλάει. Δηλαδή εντάξει.
Hello, Betty, are you in there? Please answer me.
Τι κοράκι ρε φίλε.
Oh, Betty, this is Mother's brooch. You always wore this. You wouldn't take it off unless... You left it here for a reason. What am I not seeing?
Ξέρετε, φαντάζεστε τώρα τελειώνω εδώ το game και λέει το continue, ξέρω εγώ. Και περιμένουμε να βγει και 2 για να συνεχιστεί. Πάρε μάγκα, κάτσε καλά ρε. Ωχ. Έκανε τρολιά. Όχι, πρώτα θα δούμε μέσα. Άντε τρέχα. Τώρα δεν σ' αρέσει να μιλάς, θες να τρέχεις. Το τσάκ προλάβαμε. Χαλά τώρα.
Betty? Elizabeth? Is that you?
Edward? Where are you?
I'm on my way, Betty.
Πάση ρε φίλε.
Stay where you are. I'm coming. I'm here, Betty. It's Edward. I'm on my way.
Op, stream dikes man.
I can hear you. Hold on. I'm almost there.
Edward, please! Edward! Hurry!
Stay
Πόσο μακριά είναι ρε φίλε, αφού κοντά ακούγεται.
I'm almost there.
Ναι, εκεί ακουγόταν τώρα, έφτασε στο σπίτι. Άσε ρε τώρα. Θα πάμε στην κούκλα και θα βάλουμε τα τέτοια.
Betty?
Δεν ξέρετε, την Betty έχει πεθάνει, είναι φάντασμα.
Betty?
Άμα τη δούμε σαν φάντασμα. Δεν ζει η Betty, θα το δείτε.
Just stay put. I'm on my way.
Please, Edward! Hurry!
Τελειώνει, το ξέρω.
Edward! Where are you?
I'm coming.
Edward, is that you? I'm in here.
Thank God. Thank God. You're here. You're inside the house. Elizabeth. There you are. Finally. You have no idea how long I've been looking for you. You had me so worried. I Look. Your brooch. Mother's brooch. You must have lost it at the mine. Let me put it on for you, Betty. I wouldn't want you to lose it again.
She's been dead for 30 years, Edward. Elizabeth was never here. But we didn't come for her. We came for Johann, and Anna, and Frederick, and Simon, and Ruth. We're here to tell their stories.
No. Elizabeth. She's here.
You know Betty died when she was a baby.
Θα στο πάρε το
She
παιδάκι.
drowned in the pond. And you found her. You were just 11. You carried her to your mother. And your mother...
She hated you for that.
Θα στο πάρε
She could never forgive you for bringing her baby to her.
το παιδάκι εκείνο που μάλλον
You could
πήδηξε
never
από το
forgive
τέτοιο,
yourself for what she
το
did.
βουνό που βρήκε. Ήταν αυτό, η Πέτη.
You always forget this. Because you don't want to be alone. So you bring Betty back. Again and again. To New York. To Boston. To the house. But always just out of reach. Never quite there. The scent of her. The echo of her. But never really her. All it does is make you lonelier. But the thing is, Edward, you're never alone.
You have us.
And you'll always have us. Betty's... She was never there for you. She couldn't be. You can't lose us. We're a part of you.
Forever. And ever. And ever.
But you need to let Betty go now. There's not room for all of us in there.
I couldn't save you, Elizabeth. I'm so sorry. It is as painful to wake from a vision as it is to be born anew.
Και τέλος. Νομίζω. What? This is...
Goodbye, Betty.
Θα την κάνουμε, θα φύγουμε τώρα.
Teddy bear, are you up? Come outside. Had your noodle juice yet?
I might be weaned off the stuff.
Boo. Don't lose your taste for tea, old
Α, φύγουμε ρε.
keeps you human. We have unfinished business.
We do?
The final piece of the puzzle.
Ruth.
Come on, let's go back to where it started. We have an appointment with a ghost.
Alice?
What is it?
No, it's nothing.
Such an amazing view, isn't it? And the air.
Άντε μου λέει ότι θα πηδήξει.
Boy, that sure is something.
What did you want to show me?
Come sit down.
Έχα ωραίο είναι το χώρο. Πώς είναι? Το βάλουμε εδώ. Το βάλουμε και ούλτρα. Δες πως φαίνεται. City.
Why did we come here, Teddy?
To Grovik? Well... The letter to Frederick.
The one you found in his safe. From Boston.
I may have overheard a conversation somewhere, paid it no attention, but the name stuck. And Betty... And I spun a story around it that put us on this path.
Do you really believe that? I mean, how often are you around people?
To find my sister.
But Betty's not... She was never here. It doesn't make sense.
Some places have gravity.
What are you saying? Gravewick's gravity pulled us across the Atlantic Ocean?
Grovik. No, I'm not saying that. That's irrational.
But you believe it, don't you? That we were summoned to tell their story.
I'm a man of science. I don't know what to believe.
And yet, here we are. All three of us.
Is this what you wanted to show me?
I wanted to be close to her. Do you believe in ghosts, Edward?
You know I don't.
Well, you've been chasing one for years.
That's different.
What about me? Us.
You're not ghosts, you're alive.
Fair enough.
Λες κι εγώ να είμαι πεθαμένος, να
So
είμαι
what
ghost.
really happened to Ruth?
Να είμαι φάντασμα.
She was probably murdered.
By Simon?
It had to be Simon.
Are you sure?
Does it matter? They're both dead.
It matters to me. So she ran from the mine. And she came here. And then someone pushed her? If only she had wings. Like a bluebird. She could have soared away on autumn winds.
Καλησπέρα, λέει, πάνω στο τέλος του game.
Killed.
Because she was playing where she shouldn't.
The secret the Fretlands had kept for a generation.
Τόνι, δεν πρέπει να δεις.
If people learn the truth, it might tear the community
Πες θα
apart.
μπήκε καλησπέρα να πεις στο τέλος του
So she
game.
was murdered, and the village was cursed. I hope she's at peace. And with God. Do you think that's where everyone's gone?
Heaven? They're dead. I don't know what that means. Maybe there is more. I can't stop you from hoping. We'll never know what happened to everyone in Grovik.
We tried our best. We'll remember them. All of them. Maybe that will give them some peace in the afterlife. Could this be your book, Edward? The one you've been wanting to write? A story about people who are isolated, left behind by the world.
Κάτι έτυχε σήμερα. Ναι, ναι, ξέρω. Είχες
All
έξοδο.
a proper ending, with no annoying loose threads. Edward, is that?
A boat? But how?
Who cares? Let's catch it before it sets out on another adventure.
I don't understand how this can be.
Draugen got tired of sailing around in it and brought it back to us.
It must have been the
Όχι,
wind.
δεν ήμουν έξω.
Whatever helps
Αυτό
you
το έκανες
sleep,
κάνα
teddy
μπισκότο.
bear. Let's blouse while the weather's still good.
Τι θα γίνει ρε φίλε, θα μπεις μέσα.
So get a wiggle on, old boy. I'm going to say my goodbyes to all the things. I don't think we'll be back. Meet you at the house.
My goodness.
Έλα, πάρε τη βάρκα και φύγε.
Righty ho. No rush. We have all day.
Δηλαδή δεν τη βάλεις μέσα να τρέξεις.
What a beautiful day.
Ωχ, τον είδαμε και αυτόν ρε. Πώς είναι. Κάτσε να το δούμε και σε καλά γραφικά. Πλάει πολύ όμως. Άρχιε να τα καλά γραφικά τελικά. Μόνο για να δούμε έτσι λίγο την εικόνα εδώ πέρα. Φαίνεται. Αυτό ήταν όντως.
Look at that. The ground's finally dried up.
Τι έγραψε. Ζωγράφησε λέει. Τον τύπο.
Really is lovely here. The wind and the ocean. They're like music. I think I'll miss this place.
Ποιος τώρα θα μείνεις.
The air really is invigorating. Do I feel like drawing anything today? We're in no rush. The boat's not leaving without us. I do look forward to returning to Hanover. We shall celebrate Christmas in style this year. It's so peaceful. I feel perfectly at ease. It's not even that cold today.
Πες μου τώρα τι θα πάει πάνω.
Oh, look at that. The ground's finally dried up. Really is lovely here.
Σέριο, τι κάνουμε, πού τελειώνει ρε φίλε.
I like music. I think I'll miss this place. The air really is invigorating.
Are you talking to yourself again?
Δεν πάμε καλά ρε φίλε.
You know, this house is starting to grow on me.
Φαίνεται ότι την άλλη ακόμα την έχει εκεί πέρα. Κάνει πόρτα. Αν δεν είναι στο παιδικό δωμάτιο. Είναι κάτω ρε φίλε.
Come on, Teddy. Pack your things. I'll meet you by the boat.
Do you never sit still?
Don't be a wet blanket. Let's make like the wind and get out of here.
Σοβαρά τώρα. Το ιστορία πολύ ωραίο είναι. Ίδιο σκέψου ρε φίλε, δεν μπορούμε να κάνουμε stream γιατί έχουμε χάλια ίντερνετ. Πληρώνεις 50 και δεν έχεις ίντερνετ ρε φίλε. Stream. Δεν μπορώ να ανεβάσω την ποιότητα γιατί έχει τέτοιο. Έχει χαμηλό ίντερνετ. Λίτσα βαλίτσα, πού την άφησα τίποτα. Τώρα υπό άλλες συνθήκες εδώ θα... Μαλάκα που είμαι έτσι. Πώς πιάνεις Λόι. 5 upload. Με 5 upload δεν γίνεται τίποτα φίλε. Όχι την αφήνει εδώ, γιατί ρε φίλο. Γιατί δεν το παίρνει μαζί του. Τώρα έχει τη βαλίτσα, δεν μπορεί να τρέξει. Αυτή περιμένει εκεί, χαλαρή.
Come on, let's go. Row, Teddy, row.
Πρόσεχε λίγο, βοήθα.
The water's still cold.
It's a fjord, Lissy.
Εγώ και εγώ πληρώνω 50 και πιάνω 2 κάτι upload.
There'll be snow when we
Είναι
get back to
απαράδεκτο.
Hanover.
Είναι απαράδεκτο. Αυτό μόνο στην Ελλάδα γίνεται.
Are we going to
Τόσες
be all
χαμηλές
right?
συνδέσεις μόνο στην Ελλάδα γίνονται.
I think so.
Και έχουμε στην Ευρώπη από τις πιο υψηλές τιμές σε θέμα ίντερνετ. Δηλαδή όχι σαν όλους τελείως. Και λάγκριμα. Και αυτό που έλεγα το... Πάλι λάγκα έχει, άμα δεν τελειώσει το βίντεο. Έτσι. Έκατσε. Αυτό που έλεγα στην Ελλάδα, σε θέμα Ευρώπης, η Ελλάδα έχει τις πιο υψηλές τιμές που πληρώνουμε μηνιαία στο ίντερνετ. Το θέμα ποιο είναι? Ότι δεν έχουμε από τα πιο απέσια ίντερνετ που υπάρχουν. Και σκέψου πως βάζουν οπτικές σύνες για να βάλουν εκατοστάρα και χαιρόμαστε. Και στις άλλες περιοχές, στις άλλες χώρες της Ευρώπης, εκατοστάρα ήταν πριν 15 χρόνια, να πούμε, που δεν υπήρχαν καν PC. Δηλαδή είμαστε τελείως κλόουν. Και το θέμα ποιο είναι? Ότι βάζουν, λένε οι άλλοι, έβαλε εκατοστάρα, ξέρω εγώ, χαιρόμαστε. Και δεν πιάνει 100. Εγώ παράδειγμα εδώ πέρα, ακριβώς στο από κάτω σπίτι, έβαλε εκατοστάρα, την άλλαξε, τώρα που μας περάσανε, υποτίθεται μας κάνανε αναβάθμιση, έβαλε εκατοστάρα, 5 ευρώ παραπάνω και έπιανε 70. Ούτε καν 100. Σου λέει τώρα για 20 download, για ποιο λόγο να πληρώνω 5 ευρώ και του ξαναγύρισε 50. Δεν υπάρχει λόγος. Δηλαδή τώρα άμα ήταν 100, εντάξει, το download δεν με απασχολεί τόσο. Αλλά στο upload με 10 upload εδώ πέρα μπορούσαμε να έχουμε πολύ πιο καλύτερη ποιότητα στο stream. Ξέρεις πως θα με βοηθούσε αυτό? Αλλά δεν είναι κλόουν, είναι κλόουν. Μας κοροϊδεύουν μέσα στα μούτρα μας και χαιρόμαστε. Λένε κατουστάρα και χαίρεστε. Λέμε εκεί πληρώνουμε, κάνουμε και τίποτα. Μας βάζουν παραπάνω λεφτά. Τουλάχιστον καλύτερα από 50. Ρε φίλε, τον download τι να το κάνω? Άχρηστο μου είναι. Το download μου είναι άχρηστο. Δηλαδή 50 μέσα στο download μου είναι μια χαρά. Δεν με απασχολεί να έχω παραπάνω. Αλλά το upload το χρειάζομαι και για το stream και για να ανεβάζω βίντεο στο YouTube, ρε φίλε. Τα βιντεάκια αυτά που βλέπετε gameplay που είναι 10 λεπτά, θέλω περίπου 4-5 ώρες σίγουρα. Για πλάκα για να ανέβει ένα βίντεο τέτοιο. Είναι 10 λεπτά βίντεο και δεν έχει τρελά πράγματα. Τα vlog που έχουν παραπάνω γίγκα, παίρνει μια μέρα ρε μαλάκα να το ανεβάσω. Με 5 upload. Δεν ανεβαίνουν με τίποτα. Τόνι, δεν είναι το router, ρε φίλε. Εντάξει, το router παίζει ρόλο. Άμα έχεις κάνα αρχείο του 80, ναι, εννοείται. Αλλά το θέμα είναι ότι η γραμμή είναι ό,τι είναι. Το router, παράδειγμα, είναι τελευταία 3-4 χρόνια. Είναι μια χαρά, δεν έχεις πρόβλημα. Το θέμα είναι ότι η γραμμή δεν πιάνει, ρε. Και πολλές φορές και την 50 που πληρώνουμε, ούτε καν 50 δεν πιάνουμε. Έχουμε συνεχώς προβλήματα. Σήμερα 5 φορές με έκανε πρόβλημα εδώ πέρα, είδα ότι. Και τώρα. Τώρα χωρίς λόγο κολλάει. Χωρίς λόγο, ρε φίλε, κολλάει. Για ποιο λόγο δηλαδή? Χωρίς λόγο, να το βλέπω τώρα εδώ. Πληρώνω 30-40 ευρώ το μήνα χωρίς λόγο ρε φίλε. Χωρίς λόγο. Και πόσες φορές με αφήνουν και εκτός ίντερνετ, να μου κλείνουν το ίντερνετ τελείως, δηλαδή να μην έχω καθόλου, να με έχουν όλη τη μέρα έτσι. Άμα έχει παλιό router ή κάνα χαλασμένο μπορεί να μην έπιανε. Γι' αυτό το να... Λοιπόν παιδιά, όπως είπαμε, θα δούμε τώρα την επόμενη εβδομάδα, ίσως παίξουμε αυτό που μου είπε ο Τόνι. Εδώ η Λόιμπελ ξεκάθαρη, εδώ πάντα πλέον έχει γίνει ένα μέμα. Αλλιώς θα παίξουμε το Stray, θα δούμε, αλλά θα δούμε μήπως το ξεκινήσουμε κατά τις 8 η ώρα και το... άμα παίξουμε για το Τόνι. Το άλλο κανονικά θα γίνει τέτοιο. Γίνει το Stray, αλλά θα γίνει κατά τις 6-7 η ώρα. Πολύ μεγάλο. 5 πιάνει αυτή τη στιγμή. 55. Πληρώνει 50 και πιάνει 25 μάλιστα. Το router το έχεις συνδέσει στην πρώτη γραμμή του σπιτιού. Πρώτη γραμμή. Τα γραμμή είναι όλα. Πρώτη φορά το βλέπω, ο άλλος βλέπει πρώτη φορά 25. Σκέψε αυτό, πληρώνει 50 και πρώτη φορά βλέπει 25. 23 εμένα. Πω. Τουλάχιστον υπάρχουν και χειρότερα από μένα. Με κάνετε να νιώθω λίγο καλύτερα. Λοιπόν, παιδες. Είπαμε τώρα να κανονίσουμε λίγο με τα stream. Τώρα τα βλέπετε τα βίντεο στο YouTube λίγο έχουν πει. Έχουμε πολύ με τα live streams. Θα το προσπαθήσουμε να το ξαναφτιάξουμε λίγο το πρόγραμμα στο YouTube. Νομίζω αυτά. Τώρα Μάρτιο σας είπα. Μας περιμένουν πολύ καλά games και άλλα. Ό,τι ετοιμαστείτε. Εμείς συνήθως είναι στο σαλόνι. Όχι ρόλα τέτοιο. Τουλάχιστον μπορώ να παίξω χωρίς πρόβλημα. Να παίξω κι εγώ μπορώ ρε μαλάκα. Το θέμα είναι live stream, εσείς έχετε θέμα. Χαλάει την εικόνα. Να παίξουν όλοι μπορούν να παίξουν. Σιγά το πράγμα. Και αυτό το game τώρα παράδειγμα εγώ θα μπορούσα να το παίξω full γραφικά. Να τα έχω στα ultra και να παίζω. Δεν έχει κανένα πρόβλημα. Έπαιζε κανονικά. Το θέμα είναι ότι εσείς δεν θα μπορούσατε να το δείτε. Καθώς με τον πόνο του. Λοιπόν, κλείνουμε και θα τα πούμε από εβδομάδα. Θα δούμε τι θα παίξουμε. Θα είναι η διάθεσή μας. Καλό βράδυ.